What is going on, fish keepers around the world? We meet again to defeat our arch nemesis, fish abusers. Welcome back to Fish Tank Review. One of the biggest fish abuse viral websites or apps, I sound like a boomer, is TikTok. But not today. Today we find the good side of TikTok, or at least better side of TikTok. I don't even know what the thinking was when making that, but boom, it's in the trash. I love the edits. Dun dun dun. Wasted. But for real, why is it saran wrapped and you poke some holes? Makeshift enclosed ecosphere? What? This is your leftover mashed potatoes from the holidays? This is what I did as a kid, keeping some grasshoppers. And this is the after. Wow, incredible. The different angles, the sparklies, it's giving me life. You basically rescued your own fish. I don't know where you learned how to do all these things. There are quite a few spectacular things about this. The size, some people might say is still too small. If it's a 5-gallon, perfect for me. If it's a 2.5 gallon, it could use an upgrade, but have you seen their first tank? It's all relative, you know? Just thank the good Lord for what we have so far. The husbandry's on point. You have the heater, you have a sponge filter. The fish looks happy for once in its entire life. For real, this fish has not been in a good place since its birth. The breeders don't give them much room. Shipping all the way across the world. The local fish stores they stay at don't give them much room. And then they don't get much room in your fish bowl. But now, this is the best home it's ever known. We got a sort of deep sand substrate going on. Some live plants. Oko stone, bonus points, I guess. Ain't nothing wrong with some aquascape in our fish keeping hobby. Contrary to popular belief, you are allowed to make your scape look natural and aesthetic, even on TikTok. But my most favorite part of all, I don't know whose video this guy saw, maybe hopefully moi, the floaters. And not just any floaters, Salvinia. Who told you? Where did you learn this from? This fish looks so happy, so inquisitive, ready to live a long, happy life. This spacious, floater-filled tank. I'm telling you, floaters make a world of difference. It's making way more difference than the Amazon swords or whatever other plants you have in the tank. If you want that lowest hanging fruit, if you have all artificial decor and you're looking for how to upgrade, how to go the next step, floaters takes you from 0 to 100 real quick, because they take in that atmospheric CO2 and boom, they just explode. That's why this is a 5 out of 5 transformation. A lot of people sleep on the floaters. Let it be known, there's so many people in this step and stuck at this step. It's very encouraging to see someone make it out in style. It's 2024, King.
Hey guys, quick pause. I'm Chris's rescue Betta from 2 years ago. This was me before. And this was me in my youth. Now I'm old but still kicking and healthy, and that's because of all your support. Help Chris take on more projects like these by becoming a patron today, and you get perks in return like joining the FFT Discord server and merch discounts. I'm eating good.
Jinxi sent in their 9-gallon future shrimp army. There's nothing in here, it's cycling for the shrimp to come. It's a beautiful scape. Some very interesting looking, I believe, lava rocks. You really lucked out with how they look. That's crazy. My lava rocks just look like poo-poo. Background plants of valleys and swords. The detailing is gonna grow out for you and fill up a lot of the empty space you see right now. Can't wait to see it stocked with shrimp. 4.5 out of 5. Keep it up. Found at a PetSmart. I'm impressed. New tank. Make sure you have everything before getting your fish. Now, what does everything mean at PetSmart? Oh, they weren't kidding. A tank, you need that. A filter, a heater, substrate, water treatments, and decor. Now it goes into depth, and I can't really read all the words, but it does give you a bit more detail. This is better than nothing. And I believe I'm getting a few good words here and there, like you can use sand or dirt. Like the word substrate is better than like gravel or colorful stones. So that is already a plus on PetSmart's side. But I really like this part. Make sure it's the right size for the fish you want. That is very important. Oh, they're not done. There's a back. The back side goes over the nitrogen cycle. No frickin' way. This is PetSmart in 2024, y'all. It illustrates the importance of water changes. It even introduces the idea of the nitrifying bacteria. You can't see it with your eyes, so unless someone tells you about them, you're never gonna find out for yourself if you're new to the hobby. And then I lied. This is my favorite part of this whole poster thing. Goldfish, the size, and how long they can live. Very clearly steering some of these very new hobbyists away from getting goldfish, because you're not gonna get a big enough tank. You're not gonna want to invest 15 to 20 years of your life. Just get a tetra. They live for like 5 years. Agreed. I am also impressed. Rough sent in their 13-gallon aquarium. Don't bark around me, bro. Their female betta named Astrid. It's a beautiful tank you made for Astrid. Very lucky female betta. All your plants look super healthy. The Java moss is going crazy. It's like not wasting his only chance to thrive in this beautiful sunlight. Filled to the brim with floaters. The sword is just thriving. 4.4 out of 5, keep it up. Set up this filterless 3-gallon for my mom a year and a half ago, still going strong. I feel like I've seen this once. I feel like we've seen it on FTR, but I'm glad it's still going strong, and it strikes me every time as like trippy. This thing seems so long, but it's just spread out 3 gallons instead of compressed, instead of like probably a little shallow on the width. It's like how you see those 20-gallon long tanks taken to the extreme with a mere 3-gallon. It does not look like a 3-gallon at all. Where did you find such a dimension of this tank? I need to know. And the aquascape you did on this baby is really complimenting of the dimensions. There's 2 very bright lights shining above. That mom is very lucky. Hopefully she knows what she has here. A very unique and rare aquascape. I need a tour of this 3-gallon. I never think I would say that. How much is there to tour at a 3-gallon? Apparently a lot if it's a lengthy one. They should make more of these. I guess it's really hard to ship. At this kind of ridiculous dimension, the rate of which it ships broken is probably like 50-50. Aragog sent in their 47-gallon cube. So the exact opposite of the long. It's all compact and it looks breathtaking. Stocked with mollies, rasboras, corridoras, and 3 plecos. It is a 47, so if it's stocked with 3 plecos, it's probably bristlenose. It better be bristlenose. The plants that you picked are perfect for this dimension because they just grow really long and stemmy. They fill out the whole tank, and there's a lot of roots coming down as well. So natural. I absolutely love this wild jungle look. I would say for aesthetic purposes, put the filter intake and output to the side or the back. This is an unofficial 5 out of 5 from me. Keep up the great work, dude. Rate my rack so far in the build. I'm glad it was a fish rack. This is an amazing rack. What are you trying to start a local fish store? This rack is better than a lot of fish stores. Did you know that? It would be perfect for selling like individual bettas. That's bettas kept right. And a lot of people will respect you for that and probably purchase a betta from you. Although I don't know the purpose of, maybe you are running a LFS or maybe you are planning to breed some sort of fish. Anyway, incredible setup. Tiny green trees growing on my plants. What is this? So I'm sure a lot of you are already aware, people who watch my channel for a long time now or are just in the hobby for a long time. But for the newer comers, this is Hydra. They're actually very cool. The first time I found out about this, because I just happened to have some in my tank, I freaked out because they looked super awesome. But they're not good for smaller fish and perhaps even bigger fish if there's enough of these, because they're kind of like anemone or jellyfish. They have stinging cell nematocysts and they kind of do look like an anemone, right? But they are really tiny. These ones are probably on the bigger side, I think. They can also just grow attached to the glass. Usually it's a problem with water quality and you can get rid of them manually and then keep up the water changes, keep up the gravel backs. It will pose a threat to your smaller fish. Like I said, their stingers are not nothing. If you have fry in the tank, if you're trying to breed some fish, you don't want these in that tank. What's even more amazing about these creatures though, they're technically immortal unless they die from disease or get picked off somehow. They will never die from old age. And so they are the target of some really rigorous scientific research to crack the code on aging and stuff like that. Isn't that neat? In your very own fish tank. Can't say that about just any hobby, can you? What are my Corys doing? It just looks like Corys being Corys, you know. They love to school, they love to swim fast. Sometimes they get a little hyper, especially during a water change. But if you just dumped some fresh and cooler water into your tank and you see this behavior, I mean, that one looks pretty big and it's being chased. So my guess is that your Corys are doing the naughty. Happy time. That's a big female, very thick. And these beta males, okay, they're trying to get a slice of that Cory pie. Honestly, they're probably successful. You should look out for some eggs because they scatter eggs wherever they're trying to like the female scatters the eggs and the males quickly try to fertilize them. You're gonna have little baby Cory swimming around soon, bro. My 125-gallon Oscar tank. Sheesh. How did you do that, man? How did it let you have all these gorgeous plants without ripping them up? Just goes to show how big an Oscar gets, that it dwarfs an 125-gallon so easily just by itself. Like, I feel bad if I have to put another fish in there because it would feel kind of overcrowded for me. It's 125 gallons and it's absolutely nothing to this monstrosity. I'm glad there's only one Oscar in there, but goodness, did you plant the ever-loving crap out of it. What's your secret? You just keep him so fed, so spoiled that he doesn't even want to eat, doesn't even want to tear up your plants. Like, is that Java moss? How is there Java moss? Goldfish living the life and Monstera loving the poop. Sounds about right. That is a very impressive array of Monstera plants. And even more impressive is under the water where you see all the roots. That root system is crazy. This goldfish tank is actually very dreamy. This is one of my dream goldfish tanks. Just kept so simple. And it feels so good to be utilizing the heavy poop machines that these goldfish are to transfer it into aquaponics, grow these beautiful monstera or whatever plants you want to grow, and do it properly. Not in a small tank with very clustered goldfish and 3 angelfish. No. Josh Mayer sent in their 63-gallon tank full of angels. What's cool about this is that all the hardscape in here is found. Didn't spend a dime. That's how you do it. I'm so tired of spending my hard-earned cash on rocks and sticks, bro. At some point, it's gotta stop. We gotta stop buying dirt. A beautiful size for these angels. My favorite part are the 3 little stumpy pieces of wood coming out, and then you planted in between in the middle of those. That has such an aesthetic look, and the size is just immaculate. 4.48 out of 5, keep it up. This gem from my work. I would never understand extremist people. I understand that you can explain what happens if you mix one type of fish with another, but what I decide to do with my fish after buying it is my problem, not yours. So this is a review that a customer left on this, I guess it's called the Reef Aquarium shop. And the first thing that comes to my mind is how funny, ridiculous, ironic it is that some people think it's extremist to not support fish abuse. Since when? Now, okay, we don't have proper proof of any kind that this person indeed did not have the right conditions to keep the fish. Let's read a little bit more from the owner's side of things. While it may be your business what you do with the fish after you purchase it, it's our business to assure that those animals go to a good home and get proper care. We will not sell fish to anyone who cannot provide the proper safe environment. Now, there's a few things that tell me that the owner's in the right. It is no secret that local fish store owners are not loaded. They're not millionaires. Rent is high. Every purchase that every single person that walks through that door is kind of important. So if you're trying to live, if you're trying to put food on the table, you want your customers to buy things. Today, I become the crappy aquariums classic. Ah, yes. What fish is that? Maybe that's goldfish. To be honest though, can you really call yourself the classic? I believe this might be the best tank on crappy aquariums subreddit. Therefore, that's well above average. Let's just say a lot of fish would give anything, everything to live in this tank instead of some of the other tanks on this subreddit. When you overhear the Petco employee tell someone a bull works for a Betta, you just want to hold back the slap. Honestly, going into Petco and PetSmart these days is so hit or miss. You could be having a great day, and as soon as you go into one and hear the crap people have to say in there, I gotta start wearing like headphones into those. It's almost like a workout session. You gotta get yourself pumped before heading in. Pre-workout. Oh boy, another one. What should I add? What should I add? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Stop asking yourself that question. Bro's got a 2-gallon with 2 bettas and a whole bunch of other fish. Add some common sense. Add some water in the form of an upgrade for your tank. That's the only thing you should be adding, sir. I'm just a beginner trying to fix things. Help, please. See, the previous person should have this mentality. So it's not too bad. What I would immediately do, if you can, is get an upgrade. This is like the answer to a lot of things. Mainly because this tank is a little bit overstocked. It's like a 1-gallon, if that, with 4 fish in there. 3 of the fish are dither fish, and they need a lot of room to swim. The betta fish is, believe it or not, a bit more well off in this tank. I would get an upgrade for your other fish. The glowfish really need a lot more room than that. But why don't you just kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Get a bigger tank for all of them. Honestly, a 10-gallon will do wonders. And then, just like the starter of this episode, add some floater plants to that 10-gallon and you are off to a really good start. Wow, you take really good videos of your fish. How do you do it? Patience you must learn. Now for real, sometimes I just sit on the floor and just wait for like 30 minutes or to an hour for a good shot. Because actually for a good picture of your fish, they need to like stop realizing that you're there. Any movement kind of means food. So they just swim frantically up in the surface and you can't take a picture of that. So you kind of just have to plop yourself down on the ground or sit on a chair and don't move too much. They'll calm down, they'll forget you're there, and slowly, you know, get that photo in. That's the way. Welcome back to the end of the video. End of the video, gang. So glad you could make it. Every Monday, this is how we do. Hope I started your week off right with this video. And before I let you guys go, here's this week's Katwa. What is your favorite pair of shoes? I'm not a huge sneakerhead guy, but I do like my shoes. Leave them in the comments below. I'll see you guys there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed, please smash that like button, and don't forget to get your hands wet. Tetra, 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 we in a spot, coming in hot, ventral fin dot, acclimate that. With my shoal at, clear my fin rod from Cariciformes, stupor retrodon. Hold on, there's not another fish that you can wish for. Live fam sus, I finna one, I finna gone 3 days without furt. I'm an addict, like fanatic, I'm a baddest, no tabs, only dirt. My Corey gang so loyal, black tetra go skirt. We came to play, came to silence, gang.